Whenever you're ready.
We're live.
Oh, okay. Welcome back to Best of Kin podcast. I'm Jocelyn,
I'm Caden.
and it's a beautiful day. And we have to let you know that we lied last time when we said that we were out of the triple digits. We were like, it's a high of 85 today. It's a beautiful day. It's going to be like this forever. And
Yeah, that day in particular, I'd
it
say,
was a fluke.
yeah, it was, what do you call it? Like edging?
No, don't.
Seriously,
Stop.
though, you're like, I'm so close.
Okay. So life updates. Let's start there.
Yeah, all right. So
By
last
the
time
way,
we
thank you
talked,
for the coffee.
yeah,
Kaden brought us coffee this morning from Esso, which is a
coffee
local
house,
coffee shop, and I got a
super
vanilla latte. It's
small,
really good.
uptown area. I got a large iced mocha. They load that bitch with 4 shots, and I'm
Oh
feeling
my
great.
gosh.
They do it well, though. I'm now happy. I think they restaffed and they have
Consistency.
yeah, it's consistent. Literally every time it tastes like this, I'm really happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, update. So last we talked, a lot of things happened actually.
Yeah, because it's actually been a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I had that little bender, saw Suicide Boys. It was actually extremely overwhelming. I mean, like people were like getting like like what's it called? Like stage dived, but like pushed
Mm,
out because they're like passing out. Like it was that
mm.
close quarters. Haven't been to a hip hop fest or a show in a long time. So that was a lot. And I realized like I have a lot of their songs on my workout playlist, but they didn't play any of them. So I
Oh,
literally sat there and like I didn't know any songs. So
it's
if
hard to
you're
get
really
into
not a
it.
fan,
Uh-huh.
it is difficult to like I mean, yeah, you can vibe to the beat. Obviously, it's pretty predictable, but
Mm-hmm.
but Arturo knew it all and I was like
And you're like, good for you.
I felt bad. Not bad, but it was just kind of awkward because everyone around you like singing it.
Yeah.
That Gold Rush is great. Yeah, I think that was a huge highlight. I mean, it was really awesome having Arturo here. Finished the day off with, or the weekend off with some EGs and Portillos. It's like a
Ugh.
little thing.
EG's
Because
yum.
when we went to Lollapalooza, we had the original
Portillo's?
yeah, that's how you say it.
Probably. Never been.
Every time I'm
Wouldn't
thinking about
know.
it, I blank it. And then last weekend, I claiming as my last day of drinking for sure. I think Saturday,
Wow.
which leads me in because I woke up that Sunday morning. I was just violently hungover, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I could either be a lazy sack of shit and watch TikTok all day, which like we discussed that I like to do
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sometimes. But I decided to just fucking sweat it out, go to the gym, basically go through hell, and then
And
I
then change your
finished, and I
ways.
was like, I'm gonna go to the Grand Canyon.
Oh my
That was
God,
the
is
same
that
day.
what
That was the same
happened?
day,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And I recorded that. Hopefully, I can get that footage up. But yeah, I just did a quick. Yeah, I literally just drove straight to the Grand Canyon to catch sunset. And I missed Golden Hour, but I caught Blue Hour, and it was still really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh god, keep doing
You
it.
gotta stop.
I was with my friend Patty, and we stayed until like it was completely dark. And actually, I totally forgot. Oh, I think I sent you the photos of
Mm-mm, nothing.
the Milky Way.
Didn't get
No,
nothing from you.
I thought June Lake was like no light pollution and like pure sky, but
Mm-hmm.
no, the
Nothing
Grand
beats the Grand
Canyon.
Canyon.
And like just laying there on a bench, looking at the stars and seeing the Milky Way, like so many stars. I'll just show you a
Mm-hmm.
picture because we did like
Okay.
a long exposure shot on my phone, which completely amazed me. But
Damn.
you're there, and then you're also like have this like sense of the energy of like a Grand Canyon is 5 feet
Mm-hmm.
away off the cliff.
Mm-hmm. Like this massive.
There's definitely an energy there.
It's a isn't there not like
I
vortexes?
think that's more Sedona. I
Vortices?
mean, maybe in
There's
Grand
got to be.
Canyon.
There's actually conspiracy theories, or I don't know if you would even call it that, on TikTok that I've seen, that the Grand Canyon has like sphinxes and pyramids and was like the original Egypt or something.
I mean, wow, I'll have to look into that. I've
I
never heard
know.
of that, but
I
I could
saw
see
like a
that.
couple. I've seen several videos that have said that and have shown like the different structures that are built in within the canyon that are
Mm.
pretty insane that I've
Yeah, I'm
never
pretty
seen
sure there's
before.
hieroglyphics
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I definitely that made me more. Yeah, it was like a spiritual experience of
Mm-hmm.
just taking in something that is so obscure, but also, I mean, we take for granted. It was only like a 3.5 hour drive, and
Yeah.
it's one of the
I've only ever been
one of the
once.
seven wonders of the world.
I've only been once.
And similar to like when I went to Half Dome in Yosemite, or I mean, it's just one of those things when you're just sitting there and like you still can't believe what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice. I needed that for sure. But it was also cool seeing Flagstaff. Like you also talked about how you wanted to go, but I got to go real quick,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was cold. Like it was chilly. It
Well,
was
oh
like
God.
really chilly.
And you went to a little coffee shop and you had your
Yeah,
coffee, and
love my favorite coffee shop up there. But no, it
that's
was
so
great.
nice. I need to go.
And then yeah, I finally training to be a server, and I feel like that's my updates,
Cool. Great.
which I'm kind of
Fabulous.
stressed about, honestly.
You are not. It's gonna be easy, isn't it?
No, it's just so much I need to remember. And
Yeah. But once you know it and it's like second nature, it's like so easy. Coming from someone who's never
I
worked in the
know,
service industry in their life.
but yeah, I'll get there.
Yeah. Just with time.
It's like, yeah, it makes me uncomfortable, but that's the point. I gotta keep
Yeah.
falling to that.
Yeah.
All right. And for you,
Well, I did want to just mention that we have a YouTube up now. We didn't have that last time.
yes,
So just in terms of
and
podcast
TikTok.
news,
I don't
yes, we
think
have YouTube. Our socials are up. We're going to be posting clips to those. Some people are just more visual and they want to watch how we interact and talk. And some people are like me who watch podcasts at 1.5 speed and
or both
do
of
it
them.
while working. Right, exactly. So,
Or like you're listening to Spotify and you're like, oh my God, I want to see like the
oh my
reaction.
God, like what was
Boop,
their
boop, boop.
face?
Oh,
You're
it's
fired.
fine. It's good.
Also, I just realized that I did not open
You're
up any of the
fired.
blinds. Do you think it's okay?
We'll find out.
All right, we're going to see. So,
Let us know.
Are you watching anything good right now? We just, it's like I asked you, but I'm going to
That
just
is
start
actually good.
talking
Yeah.
because I have a few.
No, but I do too. Can I
Okay.
tell you?
Sure, go ahead.
Wait, no, you go ahead.
No, I asked you.
I
It's
already
fine.
had the floor.
Okay, you're right.
Or the mic.
Now I get the flow. We watched American Made, which is a Netflix movie with
Yes.
Tom Cruise.
Logan told me.
I know he's psychotic and a Scientologist, but I just love Tom Cruise action movies. Like,
I agree.
there is nobody, he is America's action hero. Like, forget Marvel.
No, yeah, I know.
Tom Cruise
he's
is our
been
man.
around since in the late 90s.
If not 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was young, doing the little like sliding into the frame.
Top
What's
Gun.
that movie where he's got the underwear? And,
S-
oh my God, people are going to like hate that we
I
can't
know,
think of it.
but we're going to.
Don't you ever listen to a podcast and you're like,
I know.
Come
I know it. I know it.
yeah. Like you want that
literally say it out loud.
validation.
Yeah.
Jerry Maguire.
No,
Yes.
that's where he's a sports agent. I thought it was like something dancing or.
No.
Well, I can't even
Okay.
speak on that. I've never seen Jerry Maguire.
I haven't either. So we watched that and it was entertaining. Do you know what it's about?
No.
Like this isn't even a spoiler, just a really quick summary.
Or no, like
he
synopsis.
this is based in the 80s. He plays Barry Seal, who was a pilot, and he got roped in working with the CIA to smuggle guns and drugs in and out of like Colombia, Nicaragua, and like
Sorry, did you say it was based on a true story?
It's based on a true story, yeah. That happened through the 80s that like none of us, knew what was going on. It's actually pretty nuts. It was good. I don't want to rate it, but it was good.
And you said you had another one?
And then we started the Beckham documentary, and it's the David,
yeah,
the David, yeah. We watched the first episode. I probably won't watch anymore. It was pretty entertaining, but I was more interested in like Posh Spice and his relationship in the early days, and like just the aesthetics of the 90s are so amazing. That was interesting, but it was honestly like a little boring that I probably wouldn't keep going.
Logan probably liked it.
Episode 1. He honestly was like, let's watch something else.
Oh, okay.
Like it was like, I don't know.
To go on top of your Tom Cruise,
go for it.
I watched the most recent, I don't even know what it's called, but the most recent Mission Impossible, and I was actually
like
disappointed.
10? Oh.
The other ones, like, how do they keep? It's not obviously, the mission obviously becomes possible, but it's entertaining and hard to imagine that they just keep coming up with these creative ideas of like twists and turns. And
I've probably only seen like the first 4 Mission Impossibles.
I like them all though, and I want to watch them all in a row. But this last one was the first one. Well, actually, the second one's pretty ass. But the one before that with Henry Cavill,
Superman,
that one was really good. And obviously, Simon Pegg's always a great.
I love Simon Pegg.
Addition.
I didn't know there was one with all these people.
And yeah, I mean, I guess it's not much of a spoiler, but they made the ending where there's gonna be another one.
Cliffhanger.
Like, oh my god.
More Impossible Missions.
And then I did watch 2 scary movies.
Oh, you did? Oh wait, yeah, I have a scary movie.
One was the one I wanted you to watch, and I mentioned it last time. It's called Talk to Me.
Talk to
And it's like
me.
it's a very interesting concept, and I think it's I mean, let's give it a little synopsis. Basically,
Okay.
someone has this what is it? Plastered hand, like cut off from here,
Mm-hmm.
forearm. They found it. It's like an art piece, but apparently there was like a medium,
Mm-hmm.
their actual hand, like some witchcraft
Uh-huh.
that's underneath it.
Okay.
Anyway, they found out this way to like if you hold its hand and say "talk to me," then you
Oh
see like a
no.
random spirit. But like they're making it like a party thing. Like everyone gets together and they think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
cool
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
see it.
Totally.
And then if you say "let me in," it's apparently like this crazy like you're experiencing the high, but the spirit goes in that person. Eyes
No.
are all black,
No.
and it's like creepy, but everyone thinks it's so cool.
Right.
And then you only have like 90 seconds until they actually like are let out in the world. Like
Ew.
yeah.
Ew.
But then they get to rip the hand off and then they're back to normal. So people are
Ew.
like, that felt so amazing. But
No.
then it gets obviously there's
I I won't be seeing that. I can already tell. That's
it's
disgusting.
an interesting take on like being possessed. Like
Yes, totally.
it's like a hype
Uh-huh.
popular thing, like a low key party thing.
But and it's like the risk of like, don't let it on too long. Like,
I mean it yeah,
do they
actually there
even
was a scene
know?
you'd probably hate.
Ew, okay. And then you saw
That
another
and
one?
then Pet Cemetery, Bloodlines. I think it's the sequel to the one a long time ago in the 80s.
Hmm.
Stephen King novel. Ass.
Okay.
Like just cheesy acting and like
Uh-huh.
I, it's predictable, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that talk to me was like didn't know where it was going. It's a new, fresh idea
Yeah.
because everything's kind of
I need more
recycled.
ideas for scary movies because it's like it's I can't handle super scary, but I also like I want a little
Well, it's
scary,
not that
like
scary. I think the only thing that's scary is jump scenes, right? Like that's what
uh-huh.
gets you. Oh.
Yeah,
And then
that I can handle
suspense.
that.
Like, oh my god, what's gonna
We
happen?
watched this older kind of cult thriller called Session 9 that I actually think that we've watched before growing up. It's like these asbestos cleaning crew going into this like old abandoned haunted like asylum, like insane asylum, and one guy finds these session tapes and starts listening to
Yeah,
them
that
and they all
stuff is
like kind of
scary.
go crazy. And it was like ramping up to like the big scare, like at the end, and then it was like not scary.
Well,
It just
that's
kind of
what's
like was
similar
over.
like to Blair. Have you ever seen Blair Witch Project?
No, actually, I haven't.
I mean, you probably will never, but the
Probably
whole
not.
movie is complete. Like, do you think there's basically it's recorded as like one of the first ones of first person POV
Mm-hmm.
on a camcorder?
Yeah.
But he's like in the woods and you hear noises and there's just constant suspense of you think that something's gonna happen and nothing does.
Oh, that's
You
annoying.
don't see anything. It's like just yeah, it's another interesting take because you're like,
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Mm-hmm. Damn, I need some good ones. There's this new show on Netflix called I think it's like The Fall of the House of Usher or something, but it looks scary. I have no idea what it's about. They're just like a bunch of people,
Recent?
super recent. It's like in the top 10 on Netflix series.
I
Scary.
gotta
I
get
will
that.
probably watch it.
Gotta get that login info.
I'll pass that your way. Oh wait, no, but they're like really strict about passing,
Oh yeah,
so I don't even know how we would do
you're
that.
right.
But we'll see. That's all I'm watching. In terms of just personal life updates, I don't really have any that significant other than just like my work situation has just been so random the last several months, but I finally feel like
What
I'm
do
like,
you do?
yeah. So I consider myself just a creative freelancer, and I'll talk more about that later in this episode, but I pretty much just go where the wind blows me and like take on whatever projects or contracts or whatever. For a while, I had um, a brand photography and design business since 2019, and then last year I kind of started going in like a slightly different direction, and then this year I just no longer wanted to take on client work. I just like really feel like it kills my creativity, like working with clients who just don't have the same vision as you. And so I just started pulling away from all of my clients and I took the entire summer off pretty much from working and I was so burnt out creatively and felt like so uninspired. So I kind of gave myself a break, which I'm really grateful for. And I got to spend so much time with Sienna, which was so nice. And now that we're like out of summer and picking up into fall, I actually like feel my creativity coming back. I
What
feel excited
is
about things again.
what's been your most recent project though? Like you say
I
freelance,
mean,
so then what was the most recent one?
recently I've been getting in a little bit of like designing people's weddings, like the details of the
So
weddings, so
you're
like
doing that
signage,
more
matchboxes, like
so,
brand design for events.
but no
Okay.
more photography really.
Not as much because I just prefer working remotely so that I can be here with Sienna. Like Logan works full time. And so, like, most of the day I have Sienna. So it kind of doesn't give me a lot of flexibility to do photography as much, but I still like it and I still would do things here and there. But then I also recently just merchandised and staged an antique shop and coffee shop in Tucson, which I really enjoyed. I love like antiquing too. So I was able to like go and
What's
like
it called again?
Subiaco in
Subiaco.
Tucson,
It's
in
fun to
St.
say.
David. Yeah. And
I need
then
to go down there.
that's it pretty much. And then yeah, I mean, and then this podcast, we just thought of doing in like September. So it's
Episode
like
3.
I'm kind of excited about just doing things for myself again, as opposed to like working so hard to like assist other businesses or bring up other people. It's like I just wanted to work that hard for myself now, like
As
take a
it
break
should
from
be.
working with other people. So that's where I'm at with that. And
Biggest competitor is the
myself.
person in the mirror.
Totally.
Stay hard.
What is the best thing you ever did for yourself in your 20s? Putting you on the
That's a
spot
good question.
so far.
The best thing I've done for myself in my 20s,
Mm-hmm.
6 years in, I'd say maybe three. Two big ones. Fine. Moving to Phoenix,
Ooh,
getting
okay.
out of Tucson
Uh-huh.
because
It's
I
important to get out of
feel
your
like
hometown,
I know even though
even
it's
if
still
briefly.
developing, I don't know, just people that are yeah, it's hard for me to imagine still being in Tucson. I do feel like I just would
Mm-hmm.
have been stuck in doing the same shit.
Every
Like
time I go back, it just has like a stagnant energy.
I would probably still be at Starbucks,
No.
maybe, but like I'd be getting, I'd
No.
be getting. I was about to be a shift lead, and then I probably
Uh-huh.
would have just like worked my way to like assistant store manager or something.
Even then, shift
Like do
lead.
what
Was
Patrick
that
did, right?
14 an
Like
hour?
yeah, like work my way up to open a store or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because I worked at a flagship, quote unquote. That's what they called it, but it's like the biggest square foot Starbucks in all of Arizona and California
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
and Oro Valley.
Oh my gosh. Did I ever tell you that when Patrick was working at Starbucks when we moved to LA, he served pre Caitlyn Jenner,
That's
Bruce, Courtney, Kylie, I think Chris, like the whole clan, which is
also that was another topic I want to talk
crazy.
about.
And
Actually,
he
for
did not
a
care.
quick
He was just like,
segue,
ugh, whatever. Go ahead.
every celebrity you've met or seen.
Ooh, that's a good one. And
Thanks.
so
Because I actually have
random.
seen a lot. I actually just saw one this morning.
You're joking.
Swear to God. During work, at
Where?
my workout, at my gym.
You went to the gym this morning?
Yeah,
Good
that's
for
why I
you.
was
Wow.
like
Like,
in a
I thought you were
rush.
like
I was
wanting to
low-key in a
sleep
rush.
in.
No,
Good for you.
I'm
Oh
telling
my
you,
gosh, times have
sobriety's
changed.
real. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Who did you see this morning?
You don't know him, but Donovan McNabb, he played for the Philadelphia Eagles for a
Okay.
long
No
time. He
way.
played in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, I believe, in 2004. This is when I was an Eagles fan. A very quick stint. Yeah, and he's my favorite quarterback for the longest time. Number 5, I
Well,
had like 10 of his football cards. I used to collect those. I don't know if you remember that.
mm-mm.
I used to collect football cards like a lot. Every time I'd go to Target, I'm like, Mom, please. And it wasn't the first time I've seen him, but it blew my mind. It's my first time walking by him because I
Mm-hmm.
was going up the stairs to go to the gym floor and he was coming down. And absolute unit. I mean, like built like a
Big
brick
boy.
house, fridge,
Yeah.
but I can't believe he was a quarterback. But yeah, he's also like a sports announcer and
Say everyone else that you've
Sports and
seen at your
Now.
gym.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. Yeah, so
Okay, cool.
DeAndre Hopkins, another football player, he now plays for the Tennessee Titans. He's a wide receiver. A-Rod, on my very
Mm-hmm.
first day of, I
Day
was
one, you were
getting a
like,
tour. I was actually just getting interviewed,
uh-huh.
and then he's like, "Well, get a tour." That's my manager's South African. That wasn't a South African accent though. And then yeah, we stood up to go like walk around, and I just see A-Rod, and I was like, "What?"
Shocking.
Yeah, and then I think the Nelk boys were there, but
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of
Nah.
big YouTube
Yeah,
wise. Yeah.
I know who they are. I
Yeah,
just don't care about them.
yeah. Ray Lewis, also a Super Bowl winning football player.
Wow.
I know a lot of athletes,
Well, of
obviously.
course,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think
Outside of
they all have
that,
homes in
gosh, I
Paradise
feel like,
Valley?
oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I know that. I mean, Johnny Manziel does. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Mm-hmm. I know
Um,
that Devin Booker has a house in Paradise Valley.
yes. Oh, another fact of that. That was actually one of my celebrities that I almost saw because when I used to Uber drive, I dropped off like 3 girls at his house.
Oh
Like, this is D
my God.
Book's house. We're about to go
Whoa.
party. I'm
Oh my
like
gosh.
writing down the address. No, I'm playing.
Taking pictures.
But no, yeah. Gosh, yeah. I mean, you can go like
Most of
maybe
mine
ones
were
that
when
you've
I was
met.
younger. So when I was younger in California, I I think this was even like the first celebrity I'd ever seen, and it was John Stamos. And we were at City Walk at
Yeah.
Universal, and I remember it literally. This is one of my most vivid childhood memories. We're walking in. This is when there was like City Grill still there on the like the left. My parents were like, oh my God, that's John Stamos. Oh my God. And I was like a huge Full House fan. So I was like all over it. And they were like, we'll give you
Mm.
$5 if you
We
go
used to watch
get
Full
his
House a
autograph.
lot.
Yeah, we used to watch it all the time. So I grabbed my little like parking ticket stub thing and I walked up to him and I just was like, hello, my name is Jocelyn. Will you please sign this? And he was just like, Jocelyn, wow, you're very beautiful. And I was like,
No.
he literally, that is nuts. But also, I was 14 and I was just like so shy, so nervous. No, I can't have been 14. I had to have been younger than that. There's no way I was 14. But, anyways, that was my first experience. He did sign it, and I don't even know anything else that was said because I was just so obsessed. And
Maybe we
then
can just do like a real quick, just so we don't get too sidetracked.
I
Like just
know I could
fire.
talk
So
about that
say a name and
forever.
I'll
Brooke
say a name.
Burns,
I just Dennis Rodman.
Miranda Cosgrove. I don't even think I'm
Um,
going to be able to come up with many more, to be
DeMarcus
honest.
Cousins, basketball player. Saw him at
Okay.
Disneyland.
Um, God, I wish I've like written down every
I wrote
celebrity.
mine down too, but yeah, I guess now the fire.
John Stamos. There's nothing that beats John Stamos.
Sean
Like,
Bradley. You saw Sean.
oh,
You met
I
him. I
met
got an
Sean
autograph.
Bradley. Yep, when I was like 9, got a picture with him. He's seven
Oh,
six, so that's like
the magician.
Chris Angel.
Yeah, saw him
You
in
did?
Vegas walking by. Yeah,
Funny, funny. That's all I have. We should get back on
yeah,
track here.
it's cool though.
Okay, so the
Seen
best
a
thing you
lot,
ever did was leave Phoenix.
and then begin my fitness journey
Oh yeah, because once
and
you
grow my
are
hair.
in it, transform yourself inside and out.
Yeah,
And I mean, yeah,
truly, slowly becoming like
the person you want
my
to
full
be.
self.
Uh huh.
More so now than the late,
Yeah.
not the earlies,
Well, that's the thing. The earlies, I have a theory that
which makes sense.
20s are a second puberty and 30s are the new 20s.
That's your theory, or
That's just how I feel about it. I mean, I think your 20s are so awkward still. Like you're still discovering who you are, finding yourself, your place in this
experimental.
world. Super experimental. I still had like terrible acne.
I won't even lie though, too though. Even when you're at 40, you're still like that's your 30, like
40 is the new 30. 30 is the new 20.
because
20 is
even
the new
Arturo was
puberty.
talking about that. You still have 20, like well for me, right, 15 to 14 years to still figure it out,
Mm-hmm.
and
You have
then
plenty of time.
you'll just be 40, and you still have so much more time
Yeah.
to.
And then you get to like be yourself and then like exist in this world more confident than ever before.
Yeah,
So 40s, I think, going to be amazing. For me, the best thing that I did in my 20s was never getting a real job and just letting myself explore 100 different avenues and businesses. And like, I probably started like 6 different businesses in my 20s. And all that was made possible because I was also
you want to
nannying the
list them
whole
real quick?
time. No, we don't need
Because
to
I was
get
gonna
into
list
it.
my
No.
early 20s, every fucking job I had.
Oh my gosh. No, we don't need to list them all. Or I don't at least. If you
You don't
want
want
to, if
to?
you can. No, it's
Why?
fine.
People can't look them up.
Yeah, don't look it up.
All right, experimenting and finding myself via income and living at home. Papa John's, Starbucks, In and Out, Costco, Bake, Domino's. I'm a delivery driver for both Papa John's and Domino's. Papa John's is better though.
I did not know this.
Nike for one day. That can be another story. Gardner Group, obviously, that remote job. The the straw. I was like a milkshake
Oh my
bar,
God, that's right.
milkshake bartender. And yeah, but like just a bunch of basic, franchise,
Entry level.
what are they called? Chains.
Uh-huh. Wow.
Just bouncing around because I moved a lot too. I mean, I went to different colleges, went back home, lived on my own, went back
Always had to
home.
start a new job every
Yeah.
time you moved, which is so crazy.
But again, each one was just a stepping stone.
Exactly. To get you to where you
And
are
I'm still
today.
stepping right now.
And
I
that's the
now I have 2
thing.
jobs, 2 new ones.
That's like the point of, I think, your 20s. It's like you just keep experimenting and figuring things out and trying different things and not feeling bad if you're like not set in a career or don't know what you want your career to be. I think that most people are comparing themselves to their peers in their 20s and kind of freaking out about like, oh my God, well, they're already buying a house and I don't even know what I'm doing with my life, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, and those thoughts
So
will come.
easy
Like
to do that.
it's like again, easier said than done.
Yeah.
But even if those thoughts do come, it's totally okay because I mean, the
Never give
only
up on
way is
what you
up.
really want,
Yeah.
though. It's like that's what I'm grateful that I never did, is like I never gave up on me just wanting to be a creative for a living.
But
And
you did have
I've
some
also been
extreme lows, right?
unemployed for most
We've
of.
had some lows of like
Oh, 100%.
just
Oh, I don't get it twisted. I am still sometimes, not now, but like was on LinkedIn, like looking for, just it's just
anything.
easier if I could just get a marketing job within a company where I don't have to be responsible for all the admin and the finances and the whole thing. Sometimes that in itself kills creativity when you're having to like also be a business person. So I think I'm still figuring out the balance of like how much I want my creativity to be a business versus just like, I know that kind of doesn't make sense, like monetizing my creativity, I guess. Like you can
Well,
create
yeah.
like passive income streams in other
How to
ways through
monetize
creativity as
yourself.
opposed to like creating a company. Like I think that I'm kind of over that phase of like my
Oh,
CEO
yeah, yeah,
phase. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That in itself was like
Which is
soul
interesting though, because I
crushing.
never have ever had that desire.
And that's cool. It's like, you
Yeah.
know that about yourself. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm never going to do that. I don't even need to
But I
try.
always would chase like sports in some way. Like even when I got back from playing volleyball and realizing that wasn't my passion anymore and stopped, that's where I kind of lost myself because all I knew myself was just sport.
Mm-hmm. So it
And
was
so
your main
I
identifier.
even tried to like join like an adult tackle football league to try and get back into it and train and then maybe walk
Mm-hmm.
on a JUCO and then still having these like, how can I get professional in this?
Even when you were going to college, like your first year of college for volleyball, you were like Olympics on the
Yeah.
mind. Like
Well, yeah.
even then, you were like, I'm going to be an
2024
Olympian.
was my
Yes,
goal. It's just funny.
exactly. Like that's how you always thought that you would like. That was
Until
like your level of success, I guess, that you were trying to
yeah,
reach. And me, I was
for
like
volleyball anyway, yeah.
CEO vibes. You know what I mean? And you were like a famous athlete, and that's what we were working for.
Just professional, yeah, elite.
Mm-hmm.
And neither of those things are happening, and
It's
that's
okay.
totally
But that's
okay.
because
I'm happy.
by our choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
we've made choices that have led us in different directions, but that's what we want. So
That's actually, I'm gonna have to
go
quote
ahead.
someone else that I've heard on a podcast that just because it is difficult doesn't mean it's something you need to chase or obtain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Oh my God.
So like
That is so good.
I know. I think Chris
That's exactly
Williamson
how I feel.
mentioned it on a podcast, and I was like, oh my gosh. Because some people think that just because someone else did it and it was hard and they achieved it, that's something that they have to do just because of the difficult path instead of just something that you truly want to do.
Yes. It's almost like it feels like, oh, because this is so hard and like I have to work so hard at it, that's like that's right somehow. Or like it's like worth accomplishing because it's so hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like you almost just want to do it so that you can get to the top of the mountain and be like, I did it.
Yeah.
But it's like, is that even the mountain you wanted to climb?
And even if you do climb the mountain, there's always going to be another one to climb, you know?
Well, right. You look around and you're like, oh, I'm not
Just
at
the
the
most
top.
cliche thing is that's why you have to enjoy every day because
Yeah,
even
the
when you reach
journey.
a destination, there's another journey that you're going to walk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
That
yeah,
is
that
good.
quote made me like, oh, like it's kind of like
It's almost a
way
relief.
off of, yeah, like you're right.
Like maybe I don't have to like
I know.
kill myself, work super hard to like be happy. You know?
Because whatever you're going to work, like just be happy in whatever you are devoting yourself to.
Mm-hmm. And with that, what do you hope to still accomplish in your 20s since you still have time?
Yeah. I mean, just fitness goals. Like I'm about to do a 5K. Actually, totally forgot. doing a 5K this Sunday, and we actually got like 10 people to do it with us, a bunch
No
of
way.
friends and stuff and coworkers. So that would be really cool. All running together.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do a 5K
Fun.
a half, and then next year it's for sure. Nick Barrett, who I mentioned to you before, just super inspiration of mine. He hosts a marathon in Austin that me
Mm.
and Zach want to do.
Cool.
And yeah, so that's something just to train for. I do want to for sure do an Ironman. Maybe like start with a
Oh
half, and then
my God.
just these things that like when you're younger or any time in your life, like, oh, there's no fucking way I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why?
Mm-hmm. You can do anything.
Exactly.
Literally.
And those are things that I want to achieve because as a fitness level, and just to
Mm-hmm.
say that I, it's kind of like proof of self discipline, and then I can,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like I've always
That gives
lied
you the
to
confidence to do
myself,
anything.
like, oh, I'm gonna budget. I don't.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna drink. I do. It's like I've
Mm-hmm.
never been, I guess, honest with myself or has
Mm-hmm.
self discipline. Like, oh, I'll wake up early and then I snooze and then I
You
sleep
need
in.
to
It's
be
like
able to rely on
I need
yourself
to
and
show
know
up for
that you,
myself.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So those things you need to train for and be disciplined.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that'd be a good structure to follow.
Love
But
that.
my late 20s are gonna be pretty very health
Healthy.
forward. Yeah. Fitness, get better at editing, the
Mm-hmm.
video editing, and like trying to improve maybe like just things I record or of course this.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah. Oh, and then also van life for sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Love it. For
Visit
since
all
I'm not in
national
my
parks.
20s, I'll just say what I wish I did in my 20s.
That's what I was gonna say
Okay.
because mine was way more experimental,
Mm.
festivals, extracurricular activities that
Wait, that's what you wish
change.
that you
No,
did?
I'm saying
Oh,
that
oh,
you were more so wholesome homebody, and
oh.
I was out. You were not. You
Crazy.
were in.
I'm chronically inside. um, I wish that, and it's funny because my wish has nothing to do with like, oh, I wish I went out more.
Yeah,
No,
but
that was by design. I wish
outside of go ahead.
I started saving earlier in my
Yeah.
20s. I wish that I just, when I turned 20, like opened up a high yield savings account and just had automatically like $50 to $100 a month coming out, like, and just forgot about it and never touched it
But there
again
was like
and just like let that go. And that just would have been so clutch. And I didn't really start focusing on finances until COVID happened, like 2020. I started watching
that's when it
Kevin O'Leary YouTube
hella
videos
educated. Oh
and
my
like
gosh,
finance diet
I forgot about
videos. I
that.
would be like waking up in the morning and putting them on and like, all taking notes. I was obsessed. I was obsessed. I was obsessed.
And
But
then what happened?
I just wish I did that more.
You know what? Play it by
You
ear.
know what? Let's play it by
We
ear,
have no
bro.
idea what the future holds.
No. This coffee's a 10 out of 10, by the way.
Really? With
Yeah.
vanilla?
Yeah.
Do you want
I'm
to
really happy.
switch your roonies?
No, not at all.
I mean, I'd like a sip of
Okay.
yours.
Okay. How was it?
I wish I had it fresh, but
Okay. Well, beggars can't be choosers.
my left hip.
I mean, let's summarize. Okay. You've
It's
got,
fine.
okay.
Like you're fixing it.
20s, explore. 30s, clarity.
If not,
Those
maybe
were
a
my
little
words.
more. 20s, discover. 30s. Let me think.
I mean, you're not there yet, so.
No, I know, but I can
But like
imagine.
foresight, yeah.
30s. Ooh. Oh gosh, it was right there. What's like a better word for saying like take action?
Execute.
Initiate. Execute. I like that.
Execution.
No breathing.
All right. All right. All right. That sounds good. Do you have anything else you
Farmers
wanted to?
markets. Being anywhere in public with Joss. Afraid to confuse people. That's my partner and kid.
These are your notes of things you wanted to talk about
Donovan
today.
McNabb at my gym.
Okay. Yeah, I think we covered that.
I feel like I had a question for you.
I don't have a joke for you today. I'm sorry, but I'll have one next week.
So you asked me though. I don't think you mentioned anything what you'd like other than travel, other than picking back off of what I said.
Oh,
How about
okay.
let's change it up and what would you see yourself within the next 10 years? Where would you like to be?
Okay, so like for the rest of my 30s. Yeah, that's a
what you
good
said.
question.
Well, I know you have 10 left or 9 and I'm already halfway there, but Because I like to think about it too, like, right, what you have until 40 is the same distance you had since 21 from now.
Uh-huh.
So seeing
Right.
it like that, the amount of things that has happened.
No, it's so
Maybe we should let's
crazy.
just do like till 35. It's a little easier.
What I hope out of the next 5 years is what you're asking?
Yeah, what would you
What I
like to
see,
do
what would I
or
like to
what would you like
do?
to execute?
Um, I don't know. I think if I could just honestly keep doing life the way I've been doing it this year forever, I would be super happy. Just focusing on
Mm.
myself, spending time with my family. I
So
would
you
just
feel
like
like
to
you've
live not
already
in an apartment.
started the path
That's what I'm
and
saying. Like since turning 30, I've
the
really
wheels are
like,
rolling
yeah,
for the direction you want to go.
exactly. Like everything I want for my 30s is already set in motion. It's just a matter of time to like keep it going and grow things. And because I've started a lot of new things this year, and it just takes so much time to like for this podcast example, like it just takes time to grow. But that's what I'm excited for. I still feel so young. Honestly, me and Logan sometimes are like, I feel 18. Like sometimes we're out with Sienna and I'm like, people are gonna think we're like teen
Mm,
parents. Like I feel like we look so young still. I mean, maybe I'm
I was
just
gonna say,
flattering myself, but I feel like we look young and I feel young. And I actually, okay, one thing I want to do more, I will say, is running because I've always
yeah,
had like a hang up about running since okay, quick story. So when I first started public school again after being homeschooled, I had never been in PE before. So my first time in PE, that it was like running a mile. And I was like, in my mind,
where was
like
this? Or
this
like
was
middle
when we went
school
to
or?
California
Oh
for
yeah,
that short time. And I had just
I
started
actually
public
remember that.
school. So in my mind, like you weren't allowed to stop running for the whole mile. Like I just didn't know how you could just do it at your own pace. So I fucking sprinted that mile in 8 minutes after never running in my life. No problem. And after the PE
Eight
teacher,
minutes?
8 minute
It's
mile, never
impressive
having
for
run
that.
before,
Yeah,
eighth grade. And the PE teacher was like, do you want to join the field hockey team? Like we're looking for,
field hockey.
yeah. So I did
Field
field
hockey.
hockey. Yeah.
I
And I
never knew
loved it. And
this.
then as soon as I discovered, because I was like looking at everyone else like stopping halfway, taking breaks, and I'm like, are we allowed to stop and like take breaks during the running? And they were like, yeah, like it's at your own pace. Was never able to run without taking a break again after that. It was like the mental of just like, oh, we can like take a break whenever we want and not have to run the whole thing, like sprinting it. I was never physically able to. I mean, it was like my mentality, but I was never able to run again, like all the way through. I've never run a mile that fast again since. So I would like to just get back into running and build my endurance. And maybe I'll do a half marathon with you.
Whoa, that'd be
Maybe.
cool.
Let's not commit. Let's not commit, but maybe. Yeah.
I say
Oh,
one day we should definitely do one of like the big city marathons, like
that is exactly what I would want to
Boston,
do.
Chicago,
Yes.
one of them.
New York.
Yeah, that'd be really
There's got to be
cool.
one in California. I'm like,
Oh,
I
for
don't know if I
sure.
want to
No,
go
there's
that
about to
far.
be one. Yeah, Nick
Mm.
Bear is actually about to run it. He's trying to get a sub
What part of
245.
California is it?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Because there's got to be some pretty like ocean front ones.
Yeah, for
Like
sure. I
a,
mean, I think even like San Diego has one of the Ironmans are hosted
mm-hmm.
there. I'm sure.
Okay. Tentatively within the next 2 years, I'll do a half marathon with you.
And it really is truly just starting small, like
And it is
walk a mile
so
for a month
mental. It's so
every
mental.
day or 3 times a week, and then
Mm-hmm.
start trotting,
Mm-hmm.
and then start pacing.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I'd say like get like maybe even something to. It doesn't have to be like an Apple Watch or anything, but maybe just something to track your heart rate,
Mm-hmm.
because that is super beneficial or helpful to
Maybe
see.
like an aura ring. I need an aura ring.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I've seen some pretty heinous stories over they get stuck
Ew.
or
Yeah.
and it's really hard to remove
Okay.
and it's expensive.
Yeah.
I was saying like even like
Oh,
a
like
chest
a,
strap,
yeah, totally. Oh,
80 bucks
you know what
connects to
else
an
I
app,
want?
and then you can what?
So I was gonna let you finish your thought, but
I'll just yeah, good.
have you heard of rucking?
Yeah.
Because we go on our 2.5 mile walks every morning, I want to get like a 30-pound vest or
Oh
something
yeah.
just to strap on and just like have that extra weight because I learned from Peter, our boy Peter,
Peter.
what's his last name? Atia?
Peter.
That's pretty
Atia,
good.
yeah. I can do it better.
Women have like much weaker bones and are much higher risk for breaking your bones and osteoporosis as you age. And so like the only thing you can do to improve your bone density is weight, like weightlifting and or like carrying weights
Do you
and
remember the thing you mentioned about a really big thing for longevity that's been shown across like the board
weights.
is just hanging.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh. Mhm. Well, it's like decompressing your
Grip strength.
spine.
Yeah,
Oh, and
that too
that
though.
too.
Just
So
weird. I can't give you the details, but
But yeah, so just to like improve my bone density. Also, he had also said like fasting just pretty much like destroys your muscle mass, and I have been fasting more occasionally this year, and I just feel like my muscles are
that's like a
mush.
I feel like this has been a recent newly development
Hmm.
because some people, I
Is
mean, with
there?
anything, it's
Well, right, right.
people
We're
are
saying
more
nothing.
discoveries. Yeah,
Just like with anything,
yeah,
right, right,
totally.
right, totally. But I think if I just like had like a weighted vest on for our morning walks, like that would do a lot for
But
my
I think
bones.
on the fasting topic, I think every here and there, or like on and off cycles
Hmm.
is
If I
okay.
wake
But
up
if
one
you're
day and I
aggressive
feel like,
consistently,
oh, I could like not eat for a couple meals. Like I literally have gone like 2 days fasting just because I wasn't hungry and just like leaned into it and then like went back to normal eating.
mm,
But it's like I've been really liking just little bouts of fasting here and there. My skin's cleared up. I feel like it's like clearing inflammation and like I don't know.
what
I
about your water
recommend.
intake?
Historically bad, but I will say as of 2 days ago, I
Those
started
TikToks.
feeling like thirsty and I've been drinking tons of water for like the last 2 days. I'm just listening to my body. If I'm not thirsty, I'm not going to
You've
drink
seen those
water.
TikToks I sent you though.
I don't
The
watch the
girl's like,
TikToks
oh,
you send me.
I have a headache, and the
Oh,
guy's
right.
running. Have you had water or anything to eat today?
Yeah. Logan,
Or
it's
chasing
always
him
the
with
first thing he
water.
says. I'm
Yeah,
like, my stomach hurts. He's
yeah,
like,
it's
do you
true.
have any water? I have a headache.
Isn't it so funny? Like the
Water.
one fundamental thing for human survival, people are just like, oh, I don't want
Mm-hmm.
it.
Like, ugh.
How
We
fucking
have access to clean water. No, thank you.
I know the audacity.
The things we take for granted.
Did you not have a dad joke today?
No, I didn't. I didn't look up one up for
So
you today.
you're actually saying that's a 10 out of 10 rating.
What is?
That vanilla ice latte.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna
How's
give
yours?
mine. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna say 8.5.
Okay.
Just because I think the one thing that'll make it better is if they had their ice cubes, they have frozen coffee. I know one place that does that
That's
downtown
such a pain though.
for
To have to
them.
make coffee to make ice when how much ice do they
It's
go
easy though.
through
Like let's say
in a day?
it's easy to make big batches of like just brewed or cold brew coffee. So if you
Mm,
can just freeze that,
cold brew.
it's just so when it melts,
Mm-hmm.
it will never be watered down.
Okay.
Do you have a best of the week song you've been listening to?
What have I been listening to? Honestly, like for me, music like sucks right now, but maybe that's just where
I'm in a
I'm at with
phase for
music.
sure.
Like I just don't like music right now. And even like I haven't even been listening to podcasts as much. Like I had an era I was going through like 4 podcast episodes a day of different shows, but I've been listening to I know you don't know who this is.
That
Renee Rapp.
bombastic side eye.
She is America's sweetheart. She is like one of the best pop artists of all time from Broadway who did Mean Girls on Broadway and is now in the movie musical coming out Mean Girls, Tina Fey.
Favorite musical go.
Um Next to Normal.
Outside of that one, favorite song from a different musical.
This is what is this like speed fire? I don't have
Fire.
You're scaring me. I don't have one. I deny.
Heard.
What's your favorite musical?
I gotta say,
You
Phantom
know
of
what
the Opera.
I knew you were gonna say that, and I almost said
But
a
I can
Phantom of
have
the
a
Opera
different song. I
song.
really like
You
that
love Phantom
Cats
of the
one.
Opera.
Yeah.
Memories. Yeah.
I think there's like a lo-fi. I heard of it. I'm just like,
Oh. Lo-fi musical
oh, or the
music.
very end of Les Mis, where they're all,
Yes.
"Could you hear the people sing?"
Yes. Don't
Yeah.
you just love a chorus
Chills,
like
like
orchestra
teary
that's
eyes.
just
Yeah,
like
you're just
so
like,
many harmonies and like yeah, incredible. Incredible. I was gonna say I have an unpopular opinion that Wicked is not good. It's not a good musical. The first act is where all the interesting things and songs are. And then the second act, I was like, I cannot believe people are obsessed with this. And now Ariana Grande is in that new Wicked movie musical that they're splitting into 2 movies. And I'm like, it's going to be 2 okay movies instead of like 1 decent movie. Those are
I
just
wish
my
they would
thoughts.
redo some musicals. Like if they made a modern Into the Woods.
They did. Emily
How
Blunt,
recent?
not Emily Blunt. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. James Corden played the baker. Emily Blunt played the wife.
I wish they just would redo Phantom one more time because I did not like Gerard
I didn't
Butler.
like that one. Is that who it was?
Yes.
With Emmy Rossum?
It was decent. I actually met someone that said they liked that the most over Michael Crawford, and I freaked out. I was like, are you kidding me, Andrew?
Can you tell our parents were into musicals?
I was just appalled. Or someone never heard of her. Oh God, this is the one who really got me. Someone has never heard of ABBA. They only knew Mamma Mia, the music, like the movie. And that's the only like soundtracks they heard.
The only reference.
Yeah.
That's
so
disgusting.
they didn't know some of the songs that weren't in the movie.
Like, I don't like that at all.
I don't know if Lay All Your Love on Me was in it. I feel like that was a remix too. That'd be really good.
Yeah, no, that whole like ABBA's greatest hits I could listen to over and over and over again. And Mamma Mia is pretty good. We saw the musical once in Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
Just a photographic.
It was okay.
You actually got to see Phantom though.
I've seen Phantom
with
twice.
Michael Crawford, right?
I don't know. I was so young. This is when we were in Oregon. So I was like 5 years old. They took me to Phantom, fell asleep. Then they took me to Les Mis, slept from beginning to end. Like, didn't see a single part of it, which is so unfortunate.
Yeah, right? Looking back. But like, you can't take kids to musicals. They're going to fall asleep.
Yeah,
they're gonna
Mom,
get bored.
Dad, what were you thinking?
They had, I mean, still though.
How much did that cost?
It bled in.
Yeah.
Still talking about it.
Totally.
Yeah. I think you don't have a song.
Another song. Well, I have a personal connection with Thoroughly Modern Millie because I did that in high school and played Millie. So
brunette phase. Well, that was just a wig.
That was a wig.
But you did also have.
Oh God, no! But when I did West Side Story, I dyed my hair black, and that ruined my beautiful hair for probably 4 years. Literally, like
speaking of hair,
graduating high school.
Shotty's coming back.
Our hair person's on maternity leave. But I was recommended to a girl at the same salon, and she's cutting my hair tomorrow morning.
What the fuck?
9 a.m.
Sick invite.
I'll send the number over.
Just in your combo tomorrow. Be like,
yeah, just be like, my brother is coming up next.
Had so and so.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I got you.
Yeah. Do you think she could give me a broliage again, or do you think I'm
broliage? Your balayage?
Yeah, winter's coming, so I can't.
Well,
get natural
I'm not having her
highlights.
do my color. I'm just having her do a cut for me.
I don't know why I'm saying that. I can't.
And I might wait. I might wait until our girl is back to do my color because I trust her.
Yeah, I'll do the cut with her though. Let me know how much it is.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let her know. I'll let you know.
What are we crazy?
Okay, I think that's good for today.
Why don't scientists trust atoms?
Why don't scientists trust atoms? Why?
Because they make up everything.
You had a joke for me today. Wow.
I just looked at it real quick. I asked AI, did you know that honey never spoils? You probably knew that.
Yeah. Is that a joke?
Ancient Egypt. No, it's a random fact.
Okay.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
What about ancient Egypt?
Ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old. There's been found pots of honey in them, and they're still edible.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I guess it's cool though, because we love that honey.
We do.
I've been sucking that honey that Mom got for us.
Yeah, no, there's this local honey in Tucson or whatever, and it's just like, it is the best honey I've ever had. I make my lattes with it, and okay.
honey.
On that note,
what's to come?
I keep trying to end it. You're not letting me.
I am, bitch.
Okay.
What's to come next episode? Some little sneak peeky.
I think next episode it would be great to do a little Halloween.
Would you dress up? Because I'm going to dress up, but
if you're
not with something
up,
I've talked about before. So. Oh my
God, no way.
It's just something I'll tell you when we get off air.
If you dress up, I'll dress up.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do a little song.
And
Yeah, I think that would be fun. And okay, so I think it would be fun to maybe read some like paranormal activity stories that I
yes,
find
yes,
on
yes,
Reddit.
yes.
But if anybody is listening, and wants to write in if they've had like a paranormal activity or a ghost experience, we'll read it.
How would they do that?
Email bestofkinpod@gmail.com for any story submissions.
Or just like leave a comment on the YouTube or a clip. Oh no, that
Don't
wouldn't
leave
make
a
sense.
comment. It's gonna be
Sorry.
like the longest comment ever. Like once upon a time, you know. Email
Oh,
us
like
any
that
submissions,
detailed, you're
like
saying?
stories, like
Oh, okay,
yeah, if you
that
have any
makes sense.
stories. And then yeah, follow our socials, subscribe to the tube, rate and review our pod. It really
What's our
is like
at?
helpful. Our at is found in the description, show notes.
Yeah.
All the
Seriously though,
ats
that's
for
actually a good
everything.
idea. Yeah.
And if
Send in
you,
anything.
for whatever reason, feel
Stories.
so compelled to sponsor one of our coffees, there's also a link in our bio to sponsor a coffee, and we'll give you we'll give you a shout out. So stop it. You're making like nasty noises.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you
It's
for
actually
listening.
really cool.
Oh my gosh. Like the way we were so shocked. We looked at our stats and we like actually had like pretty substantial downloads.
I think it was the very first one when you showed me the screenshot of 25. Like
no, like it was like within
the host
hours of
site
posting.
shows you it, and it was like,
and we were like,
we were so excited.
yeah. And then it just kept going.
And then
so
even then,
we're
though, like,
thrilled.
Yeah, it just one is like,
I expected
it brings
3.
me warmth to my heart.
Yeah.
It's like having hot chocolate. And
Stop.
I'm still warm.
You were clearly ready for cozy season. Okay.
Yeah.
On that note, Chiquitita.
Gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Bye.
Bye.